Hello and welcome to your 15-minute lower body focused flow. My name is Allie, happy to have you here. A quick shout out to Clarity Meditation and Yoga Studio for allowing me to record in their space. They offer in-person and hybrid classes that I host and another teacher hosts. And so if you're interested in more flows like this, check them out. Let's get started. We're gonna start today's flows lying on our back, feet planted. If you have a yoga block, a pillow, or anything like that you would like to grab to support you throughout your practice, feel free to set that to the side close enough where you can grab it if needed. Taking a second to slow down your breath, maybe close eyes. I know you can't always create a quiet, still space at home, but doing your best to just drop into that mindset for now, even if you have a kiddo around, the TV's blaring, whatever it is. Taking a second just to connect with your breath and your body. And then when you're ready, we're going to start to work into some gentle windshield wipers. So feet are hip width apart, maybe a little further, as we drop knees side to side. Inhales can bring you back to center. Exhales can drop you to the other side. Not forcing anything here, just allowing gravity to take you into that twist. Maybe noticing some differences from side to side sensation, range of motion. Taking a second to give your body a little thank you for that. Your body is adapting to your life, so if things feel different as you move through them, that's a beautiful thing. It's a great tool that you have. You just have to now give it some symmetrical, equal experience. Eventually, knees are going to come back to center on those windshield wipers. Exhale is going to hug both knees into chest. Tiny tuck of the chin as you bring knees in. A gentle rock side to side, massaging low back into the mat if you'd like. Transitioning into legs up the wall. So extending legs, you can do one leg at a time. Points and flex feet, create some space in ankles. Add some blood flow to that lower body. Maybe taking a second to find some stillness. Tiny tuck of that tailbone as you activate core. Maybe flexing at the ankle, driving heels towards the ceiling, waking up those calves. A quick check-in with upper body, making sure shoulders, head, neck are still relaxed. Big inhale here. And then exhale transitions us into happy baby. So bending at knees, hands reach for big toe, feet, ankle, whatever is accessible to you. But dropping shoulders out of ears, tucking that chin. Same option of that gentle rock side to side. Breathing into low back, belly. And then releasing feet, they plant on the floor below us, hands plant beside us, working into a few half bridges. So first setting up for success, making sure feet are hip width apart, not too close or too far away, but that Goldilocks zone for you. You might have to shift a little as you move through this. But dropping shoulders out of ears, tiny tuck at that chin again. Big inhale is going to keep you right here, pressing low back into mat. And then exhale, drives hips high, knees over feet, dropping shoulders out of ears as you rise. Stay in for a breath at the top of that half bridge. Again, you might have to play around with feet, making sure you feel strong, stable, supported. And you're not arching into low back, but opening up front of hip, engaging those glutes. Another big inhale here, and then exhale is going to slowly lower us down, piece by piece, bit by bit. Looking for individual movement in that spine. A lot of times it's working in pairs, groups of 2, 3, 4. Another inhale as you reach neutral. Big breath in. One more. And then exhale, works you into the half bridge again. Lifting hips high, driving feet into floor. Making sure that upper body is still at ease. If tension is creeping into hands, jaw, feet, giving them a little wiggle, some tiny sensation to release that tension. Staying for a few breaths at the top of that bridge before exhale brings you down. Slow, solid, smooth. Returning to neutral, another big breath in. Exhale, drives hips high. Staying with your breath. Again, paying attention at the top of that extension, where you're feeling that activation, any sensation. Engaging glutes, driving feet to floor. Exhale brings us down. Once you're back at neutral, feet are going to come together for reclined butterfly. Allowing gravity to open knees to the sides, not forcing them down. Just trying to find that release that allows them to drop a little closer to the floor. Still breathing into low back belly, lower rib cage. If your mind wanders to to-do list, anything outside you on your mat, coming back to what you're feeling, the texture of the mat, the carpet, the floor, wherever you are, the ebb and flow of your breath, the sound of life happening around you. Life is a little bit sweeter when we're moving slower, so taking time to slow it down right now. Eventually, feet find the floor. We're working into the opposite action of lower body. So knees are together, feet tiptoe to the outer edges of mat, maybe a little further. Same concept as butterfly. You're not forcing these together, you're just allowing gravity to bring them together. And then dropping into that focus on quality of breath. Equal expansion of rib cage on each side. Feeling expansion of pelvic floor, lungs as you breathe in. And that release as you exhale. Eventually feet tiptoe back to hip width apart. Exhale is going to hug knees into chest. The option of rocking forward and back a few times, massaging your spine on the mat, on the floor, if it's soft. And then meeting me in tabletop for our next flow. Grab a drink of water on your way if you like. Once we're in this tabletop, making sure hands are under shoulders, knees are under hips, tiny lift of the gaze, so that your spine is in a nice straight line. From here, right leg is going to extend to right side as we head into our first pass of cat-cow. So right leg is extended. You might have to move it forward or back depending on your hip anatomy. Also making sure that this left knee is underneath you so that you're well supported in this tabletop. If your knee is too far out to the side or too far in, you're going to be working harder in that lower half. And then placing hands under shoulders, pressing up and out into the mat with hands. Working into our first pass of that cat-cow. So inhale, lift gaze, drop shoulders down and together. Exhale, tucks tailbone, tucks chin. Maybe a wiggle side to side at the top of that cat-cow. It's going to feel a little bit different because we have one leg extended, so adding a little extra focus to that lower half. Inhale brings you to cow, exhale brings you to cat, working at your own pace. Slow, solid, smooth. Eventually, we're returning to neutral with that spine and shifting into a modified child's pose. So weight shifts towards our heels, that right leg is still extended as the upper half folds towards the floor. Breathing into the inside of that right leg. Again, if your mind wanders, coming back to all the sensations that are happening to you right now. It doesn't have to be, slow, still all the time. It might be kind of chaotic around you, but you can always create your little moment of stillness on your mat, on your floor, wherever you are. Eventually, weight's going to shift back into our hands. That right leg is going to stay right where it is as we head into a variation of thread the needle. So right hand stays, left hand lifts. We're extending that left hand across, reaching out for that foot. So upper body is very similar to original thread the needle. Right foot is just extended to the side, so we're reaching out towards it with that left hand. The option of extending right hand forward for more of a tripod support there. Breathing into those areas that feel tight, sticky, uncomfortable, stiff, seeing what change you can create with your breath. Eventually, when you're ready, that right hand's going to come in close, planting by your face as you unwind, and lift that left hand high and bring it back down to meet right. Right knee meets left. We're back in that original tabletop, heading into the other side. So left leg extends to left side, starting with that cat-cow. Inhale, lift gaze, drop shoulders down together. Exhale, tucks chin, presses hands, knee, left foot, and then working with your breath, come back to cow. Taking a few passes of this here. Again, special focus on that lower half. Because it's not symmetrical, it's not the same side by side. And so noticing those nuances of pelvic movement, of tailbone movement as you move through this. Returning to that neutral spine when you're ready, shifting into that child's pose. Forearms, head can be mat. Always the option of shifting between this tabletop and the child's pose if you get a little pinchy, a little crampy in that lower half. Staying with your breath, whatever variation you're taking. Then when you're ready, weight shifts into hands. We're heading into that modified thread the needle. Left hand stays, right hand lifts. Exhale, drop shoulder out of ear as you come on to right shoulder, reaching for left foot. Same option of extending left hand forward for a bit more of a tripod support. Big inhales and exhales.
Working on your last couple of deep breaths here, into the inside of that left thigh. Before left hand comes back in close, inhale, unwinds us.
Right hand is gonna meet left. Left knee meets right. Toes tuck, hips lift, a pass it down dog. Driving heels towards the floor, dropping chest towards thighs. Taking a second maybe to pedal out one heel at a time. You can bend both knees and then drive heels down for a little extra calf focus. And then from here, returning to tabletop on our hands and knees, shifting all the way onto our chest for a different variation of windshield wipers. So knees again are going to be hip width apart, maybe a little further. You can place hands one over another to add a little support for head. But bending at knees, you can flex at feet if you'd like, and then dropping knees or feet from side to side. Again, a different variation, allowing gravity to open up some ranges of motion you might not commonly access. And just noticing how movement in your lower half is connected to what you feel in your low back, mid-back, rib cage maybe. Few more passes, smooth, solid, slow. 4 feet, return to neutral and extend. We're shifting back to child's pose. Hands come underneath shoulders as forehead meets mat. Again, even if you're currently your child's jungle gym, there's chaos around you, it's not silent, it's not still, just creating that little bit of peace on your mat for a few moments, a few breaths. And then when you're ready, making your way to seated, grabbing a drink of water, finishing a glass of water or your water bottle in the next couple minutes, and moving on with your day. Thank you for joining me. This is your reminder that by moving through this flow, by taking time for yourself, you're showing your little how to treat themselves. And so take time to fill your own cup, and I will see you next time. Namaste.